Understanding your scales is really going to give you an amazing framework for knowing how to play in a key, to play songs, to improvise. If there are little hiccups or mistakes, you can catch them right away. You're going to sound a lot more fluid, and you're going to have a lot more fun. On this channel, I'm going to keep sharing practical tips with you that I hope will help you to play with more freedom and also release that personal flair. Now we're going to break down that formula, and we're going to make it really easy for you to remember. A major scale is comprised of what we call 2 tetrachords. And a tetrachord is simply, we'll do C for easy demonstration right now. This is your tonic note C. And then a tetrachord is a whole half step distance away from your root note. The way that I was counting this is from your tonic note. Each of these are half steps adjacent, left or right. So tonic, whole, half. And then this is the first tetrachord right here. And this tetrachord is joined by another tetrachord starting on G. And now this is actually your second tetrachord, where this is your root, if you will, and then you go whole, half. Now, if you think about it this way, the 2 tetrachords together are joined by a whole step in between. What's really cool about this is that we are going to start talking about some really neat relationships that these tetrachords have within music. All I want you to know for now, though, is that a major scale are 2 tetrachords connected together by a whole note in between. Write tetrachord down, and then I want you to write this formula that you see here on the screen. It's tonic, whole, half, whole, that's your joining, and then that whole note there starts your second one, whole, half. Let's look at a different key now. I want to show you A major, and we're going to start with our A, and this is our tonic note, so we're going to start our first tetrachord here. Tonic, whole, half. That's our first tetrachord, and then we're going to build our next one a whole step above that, so we're going to start on E, and then tonic, whole, half. And then if we're putting it together, it'll sound like what you're used to with a full scale. So first tetrachord here, second tetrachord. If you are not as comfortable with what the sharps and the flats are in the key signature, knowing what the scale formula is also going to be really helpful for fact checking. So you don't have to look up a video on YouTube of what is the F sharp scale, what is the B scale, but you can actually have confidence that you know what the formula is. And a really cool tip for you that you can use away from the piano is to help get your mind connected with the way that each of these different scales look topography wise. And I just call like the black keys mountains, if you will, and so I just picture a different geography look to each of these scales. A really great way to do that is away from the piano. Print out a copy of a keyboard, just like a cartoon one or clip art, that is at least 2 octaves in length. And choose a really bright color, like a highlighter, and then highlight all the tones of this scale that you're looking at. Now, yes, you can find these already if you go online and you can print a copy of the E flat scale or the A flat scale, whatever. They're out there, but the point is for you to create these scale maps, if you will, that you can use and look at away from the piano. Here is the application of what I want to show you. Say you found a chord chart for maybe Amazing Grace, which I actually have linked below. It's just one that I found online, and it is both in the key of F major and G major. And say you're not as familiar with F major. Maybe you've done stuff with G, but you want to practice and figure out F major. What I would do first, even before starting to read the chords and try to play the song, is take it to the piano and look at your scale and construct it first. It starts with F major, and even before we start playing any of the chords, we're going to outline what the topography of the scale is. Starting with F, we're going to create that first tetrachord going tonic, whole, whole, half, and then up a whole step to start the next tetrachord, whole, whole, half. So now we know that the first couple chords of Amazing Grace start with F. Amazing grace, how sweet is B flat, which is the 4. How sweet the sound. Now, because you've looked at your chord chart, you know that it says B flat and then back to F. But because we've been looking at what the scale degrees are, we know that in the key of F, B flat is actually the 4th interval, or scale degree, you might say. And so you're not just playing what you're seeing written of F and then B flat and then back to F again. You're actually playing knowing that this is the 1 chord because it's based on the first interval, and then you know that B flat is actually the 4th interval, or the 4 chord, and then back to the 1 chord. So, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like, and on your chord chart you're going to see C, which is the 5th scale degree in the key of F. The reason I'm showing you this is when you're learning a song and you know what the scale degrees are, you know what the numbers are between 1 and 7, you can start seeing the patterns and noticing what the particular chords are in that song, and then you can start even playing in a different key. And what's cool about this chart that I found for you is that because it's both in the key of F and in the key of G, you can actually test yourself without looking at the chords and seeing if you can get it right. And what I would do is you could even write above each of the chords what the number of the scale degree is, so that you can go back and start playing with thinking in numbers, thinking numerically. And I'm going to go more into detail about this in future videos, but that is really the secret sauce right there of beginning to learn how to improvise, because you're going to start thinking in the formula and in the numbers where you'll be able to translate, or more accurately transpose, your songs that you're playing into different keys, and you'll be able to have more of a handle on what's actually happening in the music theory. That may have been a lot for you if you're just starting out, but I also hope that if you've been around for a while, this is actually illuminating for you in thinking again, if maybe you forgot, about the importance of the tetrachord, and thinking about how the major scale is comprised of those 2 tetrachords together. We'll talk more about that in future videos, but start falling in love with just getting to know your scales. Think of them like personalities of different friends. And I also challenge you, next time you're sitting at a coffee shop, bring those, I guess you could call them scale maps, with you, and just look at them. Get your eyes used to the pattern even that you see. And I know it'll make more sense as you're looking at it, but this is really also what's going to help you when you're composing or you're improvising in a particular key, or you're playing a Christmas carol or a worship song or a pop song, whatever you hear. This is actually some really powerful tips to be able to help get you to be more confident as you're looking to cover some of your favorite songs. If you found value from this video, give it a like and make sure that you're subscribed so that we can stay connected, that you can know when I'm releasing future content. And I would love to know what you are working on. What questions do you have? Where are you at in your journey? Are you a new pianist, or have you been around for a long time and are just looking for more inspiration? I know you're here for a reason. So let me know below, let's connect, and I will see you in the next video. So you want to get better at learning to play the A, B, C, D, U, F. Oh my goodness.
That's pretty good.
And there's Willow. That's so cute. Oh, there she is, little nugget. Yeah. Little hair. Gosh. 2 cats. Earlier I mentioned the concept. No, I didn't. And Willow's moving. We're just, having a moment. Tie a bow on it, Kels. Transitions. It's a good name of a song.